What's up, pro wrestling fans? I'm the superior Jake Jacobs, and you're watching Hashtag Truth with Scott Larson. You're welcome.
Cause we're always looking out for you. Always looking out for you. Always looking out for you. Always looking out for you.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Hashtag Truth. Tonight, we have the creepy one, Mr. Max Carnage. How you doing, Max?
Doing pretty good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I love the scenery, man. Love how you got it going there, dude. That's some cool stuff. So let's get
Gotta
right
keep the ball
into it.
rolling.
Right. Let's get right into it. I am going to start the show off with something that was done for you by Superjaw Productions. This will kind of lead into the whole interview. It's a montage of different things that you've done in matches. And I'm going to show this clip, and then we're going to talk about it right afterwards. So here you go. If you don't know who Max Carnage is, you will know after this clip. I guarantee you. There you go, right there, Max Carnage. Now, the first thing that I noticed right off the bat and watching that video, man, is the mist. You got to talk about the mist. How did that come about? And just where did it come from? Whose idea was it?
Basically, when I grew up watching wrestling, I was always watching old wrestling on the television would show. And there was one wrestler that came across the screen. It was Great Muta. And he is one of the biggest inspirations that I have getting into this business, along with other wrestlers along the same level, like the Great Kabuki. And it just came to me one day as like, I got to learn how to do that. And ever since I started doing it, it just stuck with me.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, it's pretty cool. How many people have you actually sprayed in the face with the mist?
I've lost count. I'll be honest with you.
That's a pretty good amount, man. I gotta ask. I know this is kind of pulling the third curtain or however they call it, pulling the curtain back or whatever. But how do you get the? I know you don't make the mist yourself in your body. I mean that's how does the mist come out?
Basically, in other terms, it's through the glands of your throat. And what Gary Hart would say when he was the manager for the Great Kabuki is it's all the bile from his stomach because all of your fans make him sick.
Oh, there you go. Wow. I like that. That's a good answer. That's a really good answer. So of all the places that you've wrestled, and I was looking today for, a bunch of clips to put on the show, and was watching a ton of your matches. Of all and you've wrestled in a lot of places. Of all the places that you've wrestled, what would be your favorite? If you had to choose one or a couple, what would be your favorite places that you've wrestled?
Let's see. I've been in North Carolina, South Carolina. I've been in Georgia. I've been in Tennessee, West Virginia, and as of recent, Colorado. And
Wow.
I'd have to say my favorite one was in West Virginia because I wrestled 2 nights in a row. I wrestled in Nitro, West Virginia, and I wrestled in Hearts, West Virginia.
Nice.
The drive up there wasn't fun, especially to Colorado. Good Lord. Next time I go to Colorado, I'm flying. But
I made a cross country trip once in my life. I went from Tennessee all the way over to Oregon, and I'll never do that again, ever. 3 days straight of driving, and it was never again.
I don't mind the drive. I just don't want to go through Kansas again. Kansas is boring.
What's going on, Ben Wolf 2? Welcome to Hashtag Truth, man. We are sitting here talking with the creepy one, Max Carnage. Now, you mentioned that you went to Colorado, man. You did some wrestling up there for a little while. Tell us about the experience in Colorado.
Well, the experience was amazing within itself. I had no idea where to go when I first went up to Colorado. And I just went to Facebook, typed in Colorado wrestling, and I found a bunch of pages that I could like, but I didn't know who all wrestled there. So I had to go through each page and find Colorado wrestlers. And I remember you did a promo tournament a while ago, didn't you?
Right.
And
Yes.
Lilith Grimm was a part of that. She messaged me when I updated my Facebook saying that I moved to Colorado. She messaged me and she asked me if I was planning on wrestling out there. And I told her I'd like to, and she got me introduced to the Al Snow Wrestling Academy, Rocky Mountain. She introduced me to Colorado Springs Wrestling, and it all just came fluent from there. I got hit by Primo's Premier Wrestling, and wrestling for Colorado Springs was really fun. And I was welcomed with open arms. And actually training at the Al Snow Wrestling Academy was a wonderful experience. It was a lot of hard work. They got a lot of dedicated wrestlers out there. I've seen a lot more dedicated wrestlers in Colorado than I have around this area, and that's saying something.
Wow. That is saying something.
Everybody out there is like, it's amazing to see their work ethic and see how much they actually care about this business. And you find other people like around. I'm not saying.
Now I did see that when you were in Colorado, because we're friends outside of Hashtag Truth. I mean, let's just tell everybody so they know. And we talk back and forth, and I remember when you got there and you started doing this wrestling and you started training with all these groups, you would send back pictures and stuff, and you were excited, man. I mean, you were like, this is awesome. I remember when they put you on their intro music, and it was like a 3 or 4 second, spot of you being in their intro, and you were so excited. You were like, dude, you got to check this out. And it was amazing to see that you had went over there and got success at, really quick. Did that surprise you that you went over there and, within a few weeks of being there, almost like a month or so of being there, they're already putting you on their intro music?
Right. Something I didn't expect whatsoever, but I think they were promoting a Halloween show at the time. I'm not exactly too sure, but they added me to that intro, and it was amazing. It was really cool. I didn't expect it, and
right.
I talked to the booker of the show, and he said, "Have you seen the new intro yet?" I said, "No, I haven't, not yet." He's like, "Go look at it." I watched it right in front of me.
What's going on, Jack Morgan? How you doing, man? The new ACW television champion in the house. Welcome to Hashtag Truth. But yeah, man, it was amazing to see you over there. And when you showed pictures, when you sent back pictures to us friends of you training, it wasn't like, and I hate to say it, but a lot of places around here, you might get 3-4 guys to show up. You had pictures of a mass amount of wrestlers showing up to train. So I can understand what you mean by they take their wrestling serious over there in Colorado.
Oh, yes, they do. And you got certain people here that actually take this business serious, more so than less so. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
Just going out there in Colorado and seeing how much they actually wanted to be a part of whatever they wanted to do out there. It's just mind-boggling. It was really cool.
Right. It's always great to spread your wings and go to other places. Now, I have to ask you, or it wouldn't be me, of all the places that you told me about, Tennessee, Colorado, West Virginia, you said your favorite place was West Virginia. Was it the crowd? Was it the whole experience? What made that your favorite place?
I'd have to say more than likely I got to sit there with George, Bobby the Brain Heenan, the Heat Seekers. I got to sit under their learning trees. I got to learn from them and get opinions from them. But wrestling-wise, I'd say it was the audience. We performed in front of 2 packed houses, and it was right before the pandemic hit. I think the shows were in March.
Okay.
And we had a lot of people there, man. And I wrestled Axel Jaggers twice. Wrestled in the first night, wrestled in the second night. And
okay.
Audience had no idea who we were. It doesn't matter. You walk out of the curtain, everybody's there. Everyone's loud. I miss
nice. That. So how many people would you say was in the audience? I mean, just give a quick figure.
Rounded number, estimated, I'd say about 230.
Wow, that's pretty good for any independent wrestling show. I mean, everybody always wants the thousands, but close to 250, that's not bad at all.
And Jimmy Valiant was at the very first show in Nitro, and he has this guy that walks around with him, carries a tennis racket. It's one of his managers. He actually came up to me and he was like, I'm gonna put my manager with you, and I'm gonna have you put him to work.
Dang, man. See, that's there you go. See, I mean, I know if they put a manager with you, it wasn't because you didn't know how to do a promo, because I've seen you cut promos, sir. You do very well with your promos, man. As a matter of fact, you was it, like you said, you had mentioned it earlier, and I was gonna bring it up, but you brought it up before I did. You was in my promo tournament when COVID hit, and I was trying to think of a way to get, keep hashtag truth alive. And you did a promo in there that I will never forget, man. That, I think you were in your bedroom or something, and you had like posters behind your head, if I remember, something like you have right now, but it was just as bad. And I mean that in a good way. It was just as creepy. I guess creepy is the way to put it, because that's the way you're trying to, portray yourself. So it was just as creepy. And the words that you were saying, it was like you were in another world. You know what I'm saying? You were zoned in. You were like, I would not have wanted to have been that wrestler. I'm just saying.
It's hard to explain how you get to that state, but it just happens naturally. I guess it's the creep in me.
I heard that. Well, here we go, man. We have Max Carnage here. Thank you, everybody, for showing up on hashtag truth. We're going to do this quick message, and then we're going to come back, and then we're going to talk to Max Carnage a little bit more about his wrestling career. We will be right back.
Excalibur Championship Wrestling, January 24th, a date that will live in your company's history forever, because that's the date that Matt Burns, Ray Davidson, the Terror Kings, we show up at Excalibur. Now, I understand that there's a tag team title tournament happening on the 24th and the 31st. It don't even need to happen, guys, because I promise you, there's not a team out there that will go to the places that me and Ray's will. We love violence. We love to get bloody. And the best thing for you, Excalibur, is we don't care about being on posters. We don't care about being the main event, because every time we step through that curtain, we are the main event because we love this business. To each and every person in Excalibur, get ready. The kings are coming, and you're gonna bow down.
So yeah, basically Max Carnage just, hit that mat with about 475 pounds total if you count his weight as well. Max went for another one, and Braden just caught him in yet another bear hug. I mean, I hate to do it, but I have to give Braden Marshall credit. He has just taken the oxygen out of Max Carnage to try to slow
Carnage fighting back
Carnage down.
Sorry to cut you off there. Max Carnage with a couple of forearms. Big clothesline. Takes Braden Marshall down. Braden Marshall back to his feet. Max Carnage, big diving back elbow.
Looks like Max Carnage has found a second gear here.
Well, when that adrenaline hits, Braden looking for that lariat. Max Carnage with a huge boot to the face.
Boot to the face, and even stunned Braden Marshall too. And Braden Marshall got up at the count of two. As I was saying, that boot to the face looked like it stunned Braden Marshall.
Braden just barely up at 2.5, 2 3/4, whatever that was. Max Carnage looking to put him away though. He's got to. Max Carnage has Braden Marshall hurt. He has Braden Marshall reeling.
And now is the time to finish this
Jawbreaker
match.
takes takes Braden Marshall back. And Braden Marshall with a roll up. And he's pulling the tights.
He pulled the tights.
Yeah, well, you came out. Let me set the stage for what you just saw. That was a clip at Titan Wrestling Southside that just happened a few weeks ago. And you came out for the open challenge for the Texas belt that Braden Marshall holds, and you came out and gave him one hell of a match, but he cheated. He pulled the tights, got the 1, 2, 3. How'd you feel during that match?
Robbed. I felt robbed. Robbed of that championship.
If I'm not mistaken, that was your first match coming back to North Carolina from Colorado, correct?
Yep, and he cheated.
Yep, he sure did. He sure did. He had to do. I mean, that's the way Braden Marshall plays the game. You know what I'm saying? It by hook or crook, he keeps the belt. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta do what you gotta do, I guess.
So how do you feel now? You're not the biggest guy in the world, as far as pounds go. You're what is your weight?
150.
150. So how do you feel when a promoter or somebody, when they put you up against a challenge that you got a 200, 250, sometimes 300-pound guy across from you? What is your mindset when you go into a match like that?
Go balls to the wall. Take out them legs.
That's what I'm talking about, man. That's you got to do stuff like that. I mean, you got to use your speed. I mean, did anybody through all your training and all the stuff that you've done over the years, did anybody tell you how to approach a match like that, or did you just have to learn by going in there and doing it?
Just winging it, man. Pretty much when I go into matches like that, I know I'm going to be flying around, so I got to get used to that.
Right. Are you comfortable up on the top rope? Are you comfortable doing things from in the air, as they would say?
Yeah, definitely. I don't mind flying. I don't mind staying on the ground, but I prefer to stay on the ground. If I have to go to the top rope, I will.
Right, without a doubt. Now, for everybody who doesn't know, what is your finishing move? What is the move that you hit that the match is over?
I use the poison mist, and I have it's that big boot to the face that I gave Braden.
Okay, I got you. The one where you cheated and turned around and pulled your tights. I got it.
I was curb stomping people, but
We've got a few of the matches that I have. You finish them with that curve stomp. So I'm glad you said that, because I was going to ask you about that. Where did the curve stomp come from? Did you just see the move somewhere and like it, or did somebody say, hey, that would go good in your repertoire?
Basically, I saw it and I said, I'm going to start doing that, because
there you go.
I don't know, just something about that curb stomp and actually stomping people's head in the mat is. It's pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Now, how many people? Has anybody ever got up from the curb stomp?
Has anybody what now?
Ever got up from your curb stomp? When you curb stomped them, have they ever like kicked out on two or?
It's a deep two. It's very close. But there's been a couple.
So what do you think about that? Let's talk about wrestling in general right now. What do you think about a lot of these moves that are happening now, like finishing moves that are becoming like regular moves in the ring, and people are just getting up? And a lot of people, and I'm not saying you at all, because I know you don't do this, but you have some kids that are just learning, and like they'll take a curb stomp and they won't sell their head being injured or nothing, for they'll sell it for 30 seconds and then that's it. But in honesty, if somebody were to really be curb stomped, they're going to feel it for quite a while, dude. You're talking concussion easy.
No kidding. I don't know exactly how to answer that one, because from all the stuff I've been learning here recently, like Ron Simmons says it best, you got to get with the times in pro wrestling. If you can't keep up with the times, you're just going to be stuck back there. Honestly, right. I don't prefer, if you're not selling for me, I'm going to make you sell. I'm going to put it like that.
I like that answer. See, I like that answer because you gotta make them feel your presence. Joshua Tesner, welcome to Hashtag Truth, brother. But yeah, it's amazing that, and I understand that because I'm old school. I'm an old school guy. I love old school wrestling. I could seriously do without anybody going to the top rope. I really could, but I don't mind. I don't mind them doing it. But when that's all they're doing, it kind of gets tiresome after a while. You know what I'm saying? When the spot takes over from telling the story, then that's when the fan in me has a problem.
To me personally, I think it's boring.
Right?
I hate stuff like spot. Honestly, I don't like it.
Right. And it takes away from the other matches at a show too, because if you have, let's say the second match of the show is a total spot monkey fest. The wrestlers go in and they do a ton of big spots. How's somebody going to follow that up?
All I know is if, let's say my finisher is a super kick and it's over after I kick you in the jaw,
right?
I better not see it further on, like earlier on the card, used like 5 or 6 freaking times.
Right. And that happens too. You have it seems sometimes, and again, I'm not naming names or anything, but it seems sometimes that some wrestlers out there, you'll see 5 or 6 wrestlers in the same area using the same finishing move.
It's because they see all it on television. You know that.
Oh my gosh, that is great. But I will give credit where credit is due. Now there are some people who will take a finishing move that they see in the WWE and they'll tweak it a little bit and they'll give it a name and it's theirs. I love that. Have you ever done that?
Yes, when I first got in here in this business, so to speak, I was using the curb stomp when I first started, but instead of using my feet, I would use my knees.
Right.
And that was okay, but I found out using my foot would be better, so to say, instead of using my knees.
Right, without a doubt. I mean, you again, you came into a move, you made it your own, and I love that as a fan. I love watching, even like the lariat. You see different ways that guys are coming up with to do the lariat, to do shoulder blocks, off the ropes. They're finding unique ways to do that. We even had a guy, and I don't know if you were there that night, we even had a guy do a Spider-Man walk because the wall was too close to the ring, and he had his hands on the ropes, and he did a Spider-Man walk up the wall. And I just thought it was the coolest thing.
That sounds insane. I don't remember that. I would
Yeah,
like
it
to
was.
do that.
Gosh, now my mind just went totally blank on who it was, but he's the cruiserweight champion over there at 505 Live, X Division champion. Now my mind just went blank. I hate when that happens. I just interviewed him like a couple weeks ago. That's horrible. But anyway, somebody will tell me. Somebody will tell me out there. If you guys are watching, tell me who I interviewed. Who's the X Division champion over there at 505 Live? He wrestles for Titan too, and I can't think of his name. I got his face in my head, but I can't think of his name to save my life. But anyway. But yeah, I mean, so the creepy gimmick, the gimmick with the face paint. I know I watched some of your early matches when you first started wrestling. You didn't have the face paint. You kind of came into that. Explain how you developed your character.
When I first started, it was 2015. I made my pro debut on, I want to say it was February 20th, March 15th.
Chris Phoenix, that was the name. Thank you very much, Joshua. I'd forgotten his name. He's going to kill me for that, but that's okay.
But it was one of those 2 dates.
Yeah.
It's a little hazy up here, but basically I was on my way home from a show in Kings Mountain.
Okay.
And, I was just thinking about what I actually wanted to do in this business and how I wanted to stand out away from all the other guys. I didn't want to be boring, so to say.
Right.
I didn't want to be standard. I didn't want to be.
You didn't want to be cookie cutter. You didn't want to just come out in gear and just wrestle.
That's right. And to me, when I was growing up watching wrestling, the main thing I was always interested in are the characters. You know, you have the Undertaker, you have your Ultimate Warriors, you have your Great Mutas, Quangs.
Right.
You have a lot of characters, and that's what really stood out to me in wrestling, other than all the wrestling moves and the big, flashy, high-flying. You know, that was cool and all, but I wanted to see characters. You'd find me watching WCW more than the WWF back then.
Right, without a doubt, because there was, true to life, they were more flamboyant on WCW. They were given more creative genius with their own characters, which is cool. You all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
I think it's all that psychedelic stuff you got around you on the wall, man. It's starting to affect you.
Hey, I was born a deadhead. I should be used to this stuff by now.
There you go, man. There you go. So seeing that stuff around you, man, I'm assuming you listen to heavy metal music.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us who's on your iPod right now? What bands?
It ranges, man. I have a lot of Led Zeppelin, The Grateful Dead, The Doors, Jimi Hendrix, Motley Crue, Kiss, Styx. Yeah, Styx. And,
hey, I'm a big Rat fan, so I can understand, man. People make fun of me sometimes. Hey, Rat's not that heavy. Well, for me, it is. I like Rat, so don't, just leave me alone.
Oh, Lord. Even it goes all the way to Pantera, Limp Bizkit, Korn.
Right.
You name it. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Alice in Chains, Nirvana, Soundgarden, Pearl Jam, Stone Temple. I
remember you were driving somewhere one day and you were showing me your CD collection. You were talking to me on the phone, doing a face live chat, and you were showing me your CD collection in the car as you were going, and you were proud of your CD collection. You're like, man, I'm listening to this, I'm listening to that. And it was pretty cool, man. It was some great music coming out of your car that day.
That's just one little section of my music collection. I have a bunch of CDs, vinyls.
Joshua Tesner wants to know, is the green liquid you use like food coloring, or what is it?
Next question.
He told us earlier, Joshua, that was the bile from his stomach because he hated his opponent so much. So I'll give you the answer. There you go. He wants to know, do you ever listen to Avenged Sevenfold?
I'm not in high school anymore.
Oh, snap, dude. I still listen to my high school, but what the heck, man?
Honestly, I'll listen to Avenged Sevenfold from time to time, but it's not my go-to.
Okay,
Like
I got you.
if I'm scrolling through YouTube and I'm going through the other videos as I'm listening to a song and I see Avenged Sevenfold, depending on the song, I'll listen to it, but
I got you.
it's not my go-to.
Without a doubt. Well, we're going to hit a quick commercial break, and on the way back out of it, I'm going to show everyone the match where we met. I'm gonna bring back some memories, man. So here we go. We will be right back with some more of Max Carnage.
Everyone says I'm a nice guy. And I agree with them. I am a nice guy. Until it's time not to be nice. January 24th, Excalibur Championship Wrestling, I'm not going to be nice. Me and my right boot, we're going to get in that ring and we're going to bring the pain. As for me, pain don't hurt. I'm ready for you. You may not know me yet, but you will never forget me. And when you get in the ring with me, you're going to learn. The name is Dalton.
There you have it. Hidden Night, ACCW. Did that ring a bell? There's your curb stomp right there. You took out Aaron Vaughn 1, 2, 3 that night. It was a great night. Now, I have to tell everybody at that time, you were a part of a large faction. As a matter of fact, 6 guys altogether, 5 guys and a manager. They're called 5-Star District. I know you guys aren't running around together as 5-Star District anymore. Y'all are all still always part of 5-Star District, but you're not running around as that faction anymore. But I have to show a couple of things out there because I have the only picture I took that night of all the members of 5-Star District, and I want everybody to see that picture. I am so proud of it. I'm actually going to get this picture framed. There it is right there. That is the only picture with every member of 5-Star District. That night, the only 2 members that I had, only 3 members that I had known of this whole faction before this night. I knew, of course, Chuck Winchester, I Am Righteous in the front, who is the manager. I knew Smiley Feelgood, who's on the right. And I knew, now my mind's leaving me. The only 3 I didn't know was the big time tag team and you in the back. And I got to meet all 3 of you that night. Aaron Vaughn, who you beat that night, his partner, and Cade Seidel. I had met Cade Seidel before that night, but that was the first time I'd seen you wrestle. It was amazing, man. I saw you do your curb stomp. As a matter of fact, when that video starts, if you look, if you go back and watch, right at the beginning, you will see me and Chuck sitting at the merch table at the other side, and up on the wall there is a 5-Star District shirt that all of you had signed and put up for a raffle. I won that shirt that night, and I still have it. It's in there. It's in there on my wall. As a matter of fact, it's been there since I won it. It's in a frame and everything. So that was a night I will never ever forget, man. So tell us a little bit about your experience with 5-Star District.
Well, basically, they brought me in late before we all decided to split off. Right. And we were set to have a couple of matches together. And I'm not, me personally, to be honest with you, I don't know exactly what happened to those matches. I don't know why they didn't happen.
Right.
But I had fun. I had fun
Right.
wrestling around with him. I had fun wrestling Aaron, and I was ready to actually wrestle. I've wrestled Will before, and Will beat me that night, and I've wrestled Smiley every once in a while. Cade, man, I'm ready for another one with Cade, to be honest with you. There's one
You
time-
and Cade had started a rivalry at AWC, if my memory serves me correctly. He was in a match, and if my memory serves me correctly, because I'm wrong sometimes, my memory goes. Everybody knows the way I am. But I remember you coming out and giving Cade Seidel a super kick at the end of a match. Do you remember that? That was the super kick heard around the world at that time.
Mhm. What had happened is Cade earned a #1 contendership shot for the AWC championship
Right.
and the Next Generation championship.
Right.
And from a previous show, I was promised the championship match, and I got a hold of Zach and the AWC management crew, and I told them, I was supposed to have a championship match, and Cade just walked up in here and got a championship opportunity like that. So I'm angry. I want my shot at the championship, and they made it into a triple threat ladder match, which was my very first ladder match.
Nice. And I can't remember if I was there for that or not. How did that turn out? I can't remember. AK
won. AK beat us all.
Okay, that's right, because he became the champion. He's still the champion. So that just goes to show that you were up against some really good competition that night.
That's honestly one of my favorite matches to this day. And it was very hard hitting. AK is a very good guy, and he's a great champion too. And
right?
Would I want another match with him? Of course. I gotta come back for that gold. I need it around my waist.
Right. It would. You are. Of course, you're back in North Carolina now. And wrestling in the area around here. Is there anybody right now that has really gotten under your skin that you'd want to call out right now that Max Carnage just can't stand this person?
Well, a while ago, Wrestling with Purpose, actually, I'm going to tell you a story.
Okay.
Wrestling with Purpose had a show. It was a wrestling house party.
Okay.
And we had a big 6-man elimination match. It was between Buddy Flowers, Mickey Fulp, Michael Spencer, Lucky Ali, myself, and Nathan Cross.
Okay.
And the bodies started piling up. It came down to me, Lucky, and Nathan. I pinned Lucky to get him out of the match. So it came down to me and Nathan Cross.
Okay. You just walked right into a promo, because guess what I've got ready to go right now? That moment that you just talked about where you had pinned Lucky, what happened right after it till the end of the match. Let's watch it, and then we'll talk about it. I love the grin at the end of that match, bro. When you got the 3 count and you looked up and you just did that medieval grin, oh, I popped. I popped big time. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I wanted everybody to see what you were talking about. Go ahead and tell us about that match, man.
I'm telling you, Nathan said some pretty harsh words after that match. It was backstage, and you know, I told him, we can go again. We can definitely go again. I don't mind that one bit. But
take my money, please. Take my money, please.
What really irks me about that is I think Nathan's scared, Scott. He went up and found himself a partner. He needs to have backup.
Oh, I heard. Oh, are you oh, wow. Right here on hashtag Truth, Max Carnage says, you're basically calling Nathan Cross a coward.
I'm telling you what, I don't mind finding myself a partner, but you never know. You never know what show I'm going to end up at. Wherever I see him, it's going down, Scott. I promise you that it's going down. Partner or not, I know I'm friends with Mr. Righteous, but this blood feud with Nathan Cross goes beyond.
I saw that lurk he had in his eye when he came around the after you had taken out the other guy and he came around the ring. I saw the look in his eye, man. He was really going after you. He was headhunting.
He was stalking me like a shark.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. That's a good analogy. He was definitely stalking you like a shark. I mean, so that would be a great match. You and Nathan Cross, man. I mean, that right there. Again, take my money, please. If anybody out there who is a promoter in North Carolina sees this, money. I'm telling you, it's money.
I guess nobody wants to make money, right?
Right? Because apparently they didn't like the end of that match if they don't think that's money. That was awesome. I mean, I wish I had enough time on here to show the whole match because all 6 competitors in that match, all of them have good names in the wrestling business. All of them, can hold their own in the ring. There's a few, as a matter of fact, that are knocking on the doorstep of the WWE, and that's not even a joke.
No, it's not. They need to get those people while they can before a big company actually signs them because it's going to happen. I promise you that.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Man, I tell you, the matches that I was watching, I seen a bunch of matches. Now, let me see if I can jog a memory. There was another match I was going to do a clip for, but for some reason it wouldn't let me clip it. Every time I went to cut it, something went wrong and it wouldn't let me render it. But there was a match back in UIW when you went up against I'm trying to think of who it was, but it was a hardcore match. I'm trying to think of who it was. I probably still have the video on my screen here. Let me see if I have it on here. I think it was Matt somebody. Let me see. I'm probably going to get Matt Burns. That's it. That's who it was. Yep. And you guys went toe to toe, and I mean, you guys took it out on each other. And this was before the creepy gimmick started, or right when the creepy gimmick started, because you had started with your attire, the creepy symbols on your attire at that time. And it was pretty cool. That match was pretty cool. It came that close to being put up on the show. But like I said, I couldn't get it to render. Do you remember that match? What do you remember of it?
I remember that like it was yesterday. I remember Matt Burns flipping me off. I remember he tried to suplex me from the top rope onto the concrete. I remember losing that match.
Joshua Tesner wants you to bring that match that we were discussing earlier to Titan Wrestling Southside. That would be terrific.
I would love to take that to Titan. I would love to take that to Titan.
Oh, man, somebody needs to get a hold of Nathan Cross and tell him to come on hashtag and answer the call. I would love to hear Nathan Cross and hear what he has to say. That since Max Carnage called him out basically on hashtag Truth, that would be a terrific match for anybody to have.
It makes you wish like it was back in the day where they could actually dial up on the phone and actually call and actually answer the call out. But he's probably in the gym somewhere. He's probably staring at his phone somewhere, ignoring the fact that he has to face me again.
Right. I'm not going to answer for him, man, because I want to see him call in. I want to see him get on here and answer you. I know he's been on hashtag before. He's come on here and given us some messages. So maybe somebody who's watching could send him a quick message. That would be pretty cool. But here you go. Matt Burns said that match raised over $500 for a child to get hearing implants. That's awesome, dude. That is one part that I did miss while watching it. I didn't know that. So thank you, Matt Burns, for telling us that. And Matt, hey, hit me up. I want to see you on hashtag. Just saying.
That's still one of my favorite. Honestly, from all the hardcore matches I've actually been in, that one tops all of them. Number one. The fans were really into it, man. The fans were screaming. I mean, everything. You guys picked up a ladder during the match, and they were like, "What are you gonna do with that ladder?" Next thing you know, your Matt's throwing you back first into it. It was pretty cool, man. I wonder how that ladder's doing. It's probably last time I saw that ladder, it was all bent up.
I bet it was, man. We're talking back in the day when a lot of people did those kind of matches back there at UIW. I mean, that was like an almost every event kind of thing, or at least so I've been told. I never went to one, but I was told that it was pretty hardcore back in them days.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you like those kind of matches, man? How do you feel? Would you rather have a match like that or just a regular match, or what's your favorite kind of match?
Honestly, I'd rather have a regular old match. Like, I don't mind getting violent. Honestly, I really don't. I don't mind putting glass on my hands. I don't mind ripping off the mats on the ring. I don't mind having there being no ring. But honestly, I prefer to have a normal match, like a standard one with rules. If we have to break the rules, I will. If we have to have no disqualifications, I won't mind it. I won't say no.
Right. Yeah, Matt Burns said, I thought I was booked on hashtag on the 27th. I just looked at my calendar, Matt. It's the 28th. So, yes, you are booked. I apologize. You are booked for the 28th. So we will see Matt Burns on hashtag Truth on the 28th. And I'm going to ask him about that match also, because it seems he remembers.
Oh, man.
Right? So how many times did you go up against Matt Burns back in those days, man? How many times did you guys go face to face?
We had that singles match, and I know there was a big 6-man tag match that we were a part of, and I've ran in on him a couple of times. And we had a little shindig going, and then honestly, I don't remember exactly what happened.
Maybe at some point you're gonna have to renew that rivalry, because it seems like he's still sticking around since he's coming on hashtag right now. Maybe he could be another call out for you.
Hey, I wouldn't mind that.
I'm not trying to instigate or poke the bear or anything, but you know me. I'm always good for a good
bear with a 20-foot pole. You know that.
Hey, I just want to see some good wrestling matches, man. That's all. That's all it comes down to. What better way than to renew a rivalry, man? So let me ask you. Speaking of rivalries, who was your biggest rivalry to date? Who is your biggest rivalry to date? If you had, who's that one person that when they say their name that you just it just blood boils?
Well, besides tonight when I called out Nathan Cross, there was a time where I remember Chris Vallow. It was around the first time I actually heard of Chris Vallow, and he was on your show.
Gargamel.
He was on #Truth one time, and he said he'll take on anybody. It don't matter, and I called him out.
I remember that. I remember that show. He had his glasses on. The first time I'd ever interviewed him. Blue background. I remember everything about that show, and yes, you did. You answered his call.
The same week where he was on your show, he actually. Let's see. He was at a show in Kings Mountain that I happened to be on. And I told him, I'm like, hey, I'm watching you. Trust me, I'm watching you. And then he went and met me in the parking lot. And he told me that it could happen anytime, any place, anywhere. And I may have missed him in his face.
Oh no! Oh no! Excuse me. I burped. I thought about that. That was so harsh. I burped. That was funny. That is totally funny. So how many people have you unexpectedly done that to? I mean, I can understand in a ring, but I'm talking about like outside a ring like that. How many people have you just like you said, met him in a parking lot or, someplace that isn't the ring and gave him the miss to let him know you were there?
I'd have to say twice. It was one with Chris, and there was a show out in Tennessee. I forget the guy's name, but he asked me about the mist. He was like, I hear all the colors have all different types of effects and blah, 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 being that guy. And I told him, well, you can try it. I don't mind. You can try it. And he was like, oh, that's not going to work, blah, 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 blah. And I used the red mist on him, and the red mist is supposed to burn your face like mace.
Right.
Let's just say he learned.
He won't be calling out for any more mist anytime soon, in other words, right?
I don't think so. Most people are worried about the mist staining their gear, what it'll do to them.
Uh-oh, AJ Myers is calling you out. He said the king and the creepy one will dance again. Uh-oh.
Oh, the first time I wrestled AJ Myers, I kicked his head off. I will do it again. Oh,
wow. He's giving you no respect, Mr. King. No respect at all. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to hit one more commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to find out where we could find Max Carnage on the internet and where you're going to be here in the near future, so everybody can come out and watch you live or on social media, wherever you're going to be at. So let's hit this from Titan Wrestling Southside, and then we'll be right back with Max Carnage. Just like it said in the video, Titan Wrestling Southside presents Recharge, 634 Center Drive, Lincoln, North Carolina. It's tomorrow night. Doors open 6 p.m., bell time 7. A lot of great matches on the card, a lot of great superstars. Franco Varga, Cam Jackson, Chris Phoenix, Elijah Proctor, Rob Killjoy, Blanco Loco, and many, many others. We'll see you out there, as I will be out there, and I'm hoping to see you guys out there too. Recharge, Titan Wrestling Southside.
Why'd you show me Nathan's face again? I'm gonna kick Nathan's head off now. He don't need to be no intro.
I love that, man. We're definitely I'm gonna call out Nathan right after this on my page, on my Facebook page, and I'm gonna tell him that they need to and I'm gonna call out Thomas Scott and say that he needs to book it for Titan Wrestling Southside soon. I think that would be a great match.
I'm telling you. I
would love to see that. Joshua said, I just sent Mr. Righteous a message and told him Nathan has been called out. There you go. Without a doubt. You'll have to excuse me. I've burped like 3 times during the show. I'm drinking Coke, and Coke always does that to me, Coke Zero. So I apologize.
I'm drinking Coke Energy. I feel you there.
There you go. Yeah. Like you need energy, man.
You gotta throw the sponsors out there. You gotta get paid.
I got you. Without a doubt. Man, it has been a pleasure having you here on #Truth, man. We will ask you back many, many more times. I guarantee it. I loved walking down memory lane with you with some of these matches and talking about the first time I met you. I'm pretty sure we'll be friends for years to come. And it's been an enjoyment every time I see you in the ring, my friend. And I hope you get Nathan Cross. I hope you really do. Joshua said Nathan Test. We're gonna stick around for a minute. Nathan Cross just sent me a message wanting to link to this live. So here we go. We might actually have Nathan Cross come on here and speak with us for a minute. So there you go. Your call out might be answered here pretty quick. As soon as you come on, Nathan Cross, let me know.
It's about time. We got it.
Oh, nice. He said it's about time. Well, I'll tell you what, if you really want to, we'll have Nathan Cross come right on #. We'll pull him right up on the show, man, and we'll do this face to face. I mean, what a way to end the show.
It's the way it's got to be.
Oh, there you go, man. So I tell you what, I'm going to do that. I'm going to send him the link right now. He is a friend on my Facebook page also, so I'm going to go ahead and copy the link, and I'm going to send it right to him, man. Let's do this. Let's get him on the show. All right, Nathan Cross, there he is. All right, let's hit it up. All right, and it is sent. Let's see if he answers it. If he answers it, we'll have all 3 of us on here, and he can answer you personally. That would be something right there. So thank you very much, Joshua Tesner, for sending the messages out, and we're definitely gonna get an answer here pretty quick in a few minutes, whether he types it in or he comes on live. So I'm looking forward to that. So now that you got him, what are you going to say to him, man?
Well, let's wait. Let's just wait. Let's just wait till he gets in here.
We're going to play the waiting game. Okay. So
I'll be nice.
Everybody that's out there watching the show while we're waiting for Nathan Cross to come on, everybody that's out there, if you got a question right now for Max Carnage, the creepy one, please, by all means, send it in, and we will definitely. Here we go. It's on like Donkey Kong. Here we go. Mr. Nathan Cross, you have been called out, sir.
When someone takes the time to name drop me, it doesn't matter what I'm doing, where I am, I'm going to show up. So Max Carnage, you want a match, brother? Anytime, any place, get it booked. I would be happy to finally put you in your place.
The bad part is you had to run off and you had to go find yourself a partner, Nathan.
No,
you can't have people watching your back all the time. I'm always watching you. And I'm telling you, we can get it. We can get it wherever. I don't care if it's at 505. I don't care if it's at Titan Wrestling. I don't care if it's in a backyard or in a parking lot, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, I'm watching.
You know, the first time we stepped in the ring together was a 6-man scramble, and you got lucky. You got lucky.
Oh, I showed that match. I don't think it was luck, sir. I don't think it was luck.
Individuals in the match. So yeah, you won, but you can't consider that a fair victory over me. Not when there's 4 other guys in a match. But if you want me one-on-one, Max, I will happily oblige.
Max, should we show him the end of that match again?
If that's up to you, buddy. If you want to.
Let's show him. Let's see what happened to you in that 6-man scramble, Mr. Nathan Cross. I know you got a few minutes. Let's go ahead and watch that. Here it is, right here, sir. Oh, there it is, sir. So how did he cheat? Explain to me how he cheated, Mr. Cross.
Well, it's obvious while I'm trying to talk to the ref about that faulty 3 count, Max runs up from behind and takes advantage of the situation. I mean, granted, it's a 6-man scramble. You can do things like that. That's what happens. I mean, I'll give it to you. You're an opportunist. Congratulations. But don't consider yourself to have a victory over me just because you got lucky in a 6-man scramble. There's a difference between 6-man and 2 men. So if you want to be in the ring with me one-on-one, Max, I can't wait. I can't wait for the opportunity to finally shut you up.
Nathan, if you haven't learned, it's hard to shut me up. First off. I'm telling you, Nathan, like, I don't care. I really don't care where it's at.
This is going to happen. Because ever since you got that pinfall victory, you've been running around, sharing your video, your stupid little video, taking credit. It's going to happen, Max. And I'm going to beat you right in the middle of the ring. And then I'm going to share the video and make sure the whole world sees it.
I just had to let you guys have a moment because that is awesome. I'm telling you, if Titan Wrestling Southside 505 Live or somebody doesn't jump on this, they are crazy. Because I take my money, please. Because I've got my whatever amount of money I'll be able to bet that day, depending on how much money I got coming in. I'm gonna put it on Max Carnage, Mr. Nathan Cross. I'm gonna put it on Max.
bro. Good here, I'll be taking your money as well.
I think, and I'm not the only one who says that, sir. Joshua Tesner said Nathan Cross is going to have the same result in the next match.
Okay, Joshua. Why don't you place a bet? I'll gladly take your money as well. As you can see, I'm a big guy. So I just wanted to let you know, Max, I hear you loud and clear, and you will get your match sooner than later.
All right, I got you.
Somebody message either Baron Bullard or message Thomas Scott right now. I'm telling you.
Right? Let's get it done. Let's get it done. But Nathan Cross, let me ask you a question before you go. Is it just going to be you? Is it just going to be you?
Kind of a question is that, Scott? You know I can beat Max on my own.
You're part of the premier tag team in North Carolina, NAV. You have a partner. Max is right. Are you coming alone or are you bringing a friend?
If Max is worried about NAV, he should get himself a tag team partner. If you want me, then we'll do it one-on-one. I don't need Ryan's help. Ryan is not involved in this whatsoever. This is personal. This is between me and you, okay? Because you've done this. You went around sharing this video, trying to take credit, trying to make a name for yourself at my expense. This is personal. This has nothing to do with Ryan. So you and I will handle this like men.
We can handle it like men all you want, but I'm just telling you, it's going to be the same. It's going to be the same way. With you staring up at the lights, with me celebrating over you. With the 1, 2.
Yeah, whatever, Max.
Well, all right, let's go back. Oh my goodness, I love it, Max. I don't know what else we could say after that. What else is there to say?
Nobody believed me that this whole Nathan Cross blood feud was going on, and I'm telling you, you saw it right here on #Truth.
Yeah, we're going to get it done. We're going to get it signed. I'm calling. I've got my phone right here, all charged up, 100%. I am going to get Nathan, listen to this. I already got Nathan Cross on here. I am going to get Thomas Scott on the phone as soon as I get off #Truth, and we're going to get this thing signed, man. We got to get this thing signed.
I'm telling you, if this happens, just hear me out. This is going to be the feud of the year. I promise you that.
Kimmy said Max is on TikTok. You should check him out. We definitely will.
I'm telling you, that was the segment. Nathan will be there too.
That was the segment we were going into until we were so rudely interrupted. No, just kidding. We called him out, so we weren't interrupted. But so where can we find Max Carnage? We just found out TikTok. Where else can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Max Carnage Pro. You can find me on Twitter at Max Carnage Pro. You can find me on Facebook, Max Carnage. You can like my page, share my page, even Max Carnage on YouTube. You can subscribe to my channel, hit that notification button so you can see all my matches when they are uploaded. You can be the first one to see it. And you can see me at any of your local wrestling events in your area. And you can find me staring at Google Maps trying to find Nathan Cross so I can beat him to a bloody pulp.
And I'll leave it at that. And that is the #Truth. We'll see.